time for another big Peomp and his very interesting sidekick adventure, this time joined by two lovebirds on their way to Redding, California. With nothing but rain in the forecast, we decide to leave a few days early. Jeff's planned for us to get as far as Medicine Hat tonight, which should be easy. But oops, Jada ran out of gas, so we took a few photos as we waited for Nathan to come back with some gas and save the day. We ended our first night at the Keg and enjoyed a miner's pie.
All right, so we're up and early and off we go, heading to the crossing at Idaho. So we made it to the Kings Gate crossing in Idaho. No problem, quickly across and off we go. Weren't very long in Idaho and we ended up in Washington, and not sure where we're going to stop tonight, but the ultimate goal is to get Jada to see the otter experience where she can play with otters and check that out, so that'll be good. Roads are really nice. Washington has great roads. They're fantastic, nice, smooth. Didn't see any bad roads anywhere we went. Beautiful scenery. Really nice to ride on. Bikes are all running good, and Jada and Nathan are having fun, and we're all having fun, and nobody's broke down yet or had any issues, and the weather's cooperated with us so far anyway, so it looks like we are going to get rain once we get to the coast, but I guess we'll worry about that once we get there. So looking forward to having some fish and chips along the coast. And for tonight, I think it's looking like we're going to stay somewhere around Spokane after the otter experience, probably tent, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not too ugly a weather to do that, so that's the plan anyway.
This video is with the Meta sunglasses, and it came out pretty crispy. This is in Washington State, and it's a pretty beautiful drive. We saw a little bit of wildlife, and it was a nice and calm day, not too cold, not too hot or anything like that. Yeah, it was a good day. Today we started in Medicine Hat and got all the way to a town near Spokane, Washington, which was called Sprague. It was a little reserve-looking campsite with an old German lady who charged $12 for wood and $110 a night to stay in her front yard pretty much. And a bunch of fish were jumping, saw some river otters, a little turtle in the lake, and then a bunch of trout were jumping. Earlier in the day, Jada went and did the otter experience, which she's been looking forward to, and it's pretty awesome, and there should be some videos of that later on.
So we finally made it to the Wild Haven Animal Experience. This was in Washington. We got to hang out with goats, and there's a porcupine that's from Africa. And then the main event of the experience was this otter experience. My mom got really scared. It was quite funny. You can see her there. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. They played and they rolled around in my lap and they dried off, and it's really been like a lifelong dream of mine to meet otters. They've always been my favorite animal, so it was a really cool experience for me. And their names were Crash and Eddie. You can see that they really loved me, and yeah, 10 out of 10, I would do it again.
After some fun with animals, we head for supper and we decide to go to the Rusty Moose. It was okay. And then we headed to our campsite, which was right along the beach. It was kind of a cute spot. Thankfully, Nathan made a fire and we warmed up for a while. and he got in a little fishing before it was time to turn in for the night. Join us next time. There's always something interesting.